Morning everybody and welcome to today's morning market. So today we're going to focus in on yesterday's comments from Chairman Powell of the Federal Reserve around the potential direction of interest rates in the US and also investors' reaction with the US equity market reaching a new high. Okay, so let's just look into the details. So the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, yesterday was speaking at Capitol Hill. So yesterday was the first day of a two-day annual press conference from the Federal Reserve. And really the key here is that investors are trying to understand any clues as to the Fed's views on economic growth, the Fed's views on where inflation is right now, and finally, the key one is any clue as to the direction of interest rates and when we'll start to see the first interest rate cuts come through. So let's just look at some of the comments that Powell made yesterday at the conference. So the first one, just in respect of economic data. He did comment that recently you've seen a slight cooling of US economic data, but actually he felt that the US was economically strong. And he also commented on the strength of the labour market, so the low levels of unemployment overall. In respect of inflation, I'll just pick out a quote he said, which he said, after all the lack of progress towards the 2% inflation target in the early part of the year, the most recent monthly readings have shown modest further progress. So then he further added, more good data would strengthen our confidence that inflation is moving sustainably towards 2%. So again, some positive news on growth, positive news on inflation and how the Federal Reserve are thinking around that. But maybe just a final one on interest rates. And this is the one that really drove equity markets yesterday. So he expressed concern that holding interest rates too high for too long could be bad for economic growth in the US overall. So what happened in respect of interest rates? So what is market pricing right now? Well, markets are expecting two 0.25% rate cuts this year in the US, with the first one expected in September. And then finally, what happened in asset markets, and really the key asset market is US equities, and within that we saw US equities reach a new high yesterday. So that's everything from me. We've got the second day of the press conference today. If there's anything that we think is important to report to you, we'll report to you tomorrow. Thank you very much.